Experiencing conflict in the workplace is an inevitable human experience. It can be extremely awkward, especially if you tend to avoid confrontation, but if you know the right tools and healthy skills, you can easily navigate through conflict in a professional manner. My name is Kendall Casano, and today I will be discussing some different conflict management strategies. Before I discuss what you should do regarding conflict management, I'm going to discuss what you should not do. Avoiding the situation, unfortunately, does not make it go away. It actually just prolongs it, which can give everyone some time to calm down and think things through, but the conflict will resurface when you are least expecting it. According to the text, your organization or business will have policies and protocols to follow regarding conflict and redress, but it is always wise to consider the position of your conversational partner or opponent and to give them, as well as yourself, some time to explore alternatives. Try not to avoid the conflict for too long and instead try having a professional conversation regarding the conflict using empathy. The textbook states that empathetic listening involves listening to both the literal and implied meanings within a message. For example, the implied meaning might involve understanding what has led this person to feel this way. By paying attention to feelings and emotions associated with content and information, we can build relationships and address conflict more constructively. Utilizing empathy can make your relationships at work much better. Instead of taking every conflict so personally, you have to remember that everyone is dealing with their own personal issues and is often just projecting them onto you. It is always important to value everyone's feelings in a conflict, not just your own. It is also really important to practice at managing your emotions. Never speak or make a decision in anger is a common saying that holds true. It can be hard not to act on emotion, but you simply cannot think clearly in a state of anger or sadness. It is best to give yourself some time to regroup and communicate later when you're in a better mindset. I have definitely had to work on my conflict management skills. I'm definitely the type of person who wants to fix things immediately because I don't like conflict. It really stresses me out because I'm an overthinker. However, I have learned the power of waiting to let things calm down a little bit. And I have also learned that you cannot control anyone else's emotions but your own, and how important it is not to take everything super personally. Most of the time, when there's a conflict, it's purely based on miscommunication or outside contributing factors, such as the person just having a bad day. I have not experienced much conflict with coworkers, but I have within my personal relationships. My empathy is definitely one of my strongest skills because I always try to analyze the conflict from all sides, and that can be really helpful. Practicing these skills can be a challenge for me, but it's definitely been worth it in the end because I'm better at addressing confrontation and conflict situations. If everyone had better conflict resolution skills, the world could be a much better place. I believe empathetic listening is something that our world lacks, especially in the recent years. It's definitely human nature to worry mostly about yourself, but having an open mind and caring about other people and being able to see all sides on a conflict is such an important skill. Empathy is what brings people together, and working together is always better than working against one another. Mastercommunications.org stated that for many people, a workplace is a place for teamwork. For things that require a group effort, it is extremely important to take the time to relate to coworkers. Even if people are not specifically working on one project, it is still important to get along with fellow workers. Using empathy is a vital part of a smooth working relationship. Without it, it's much easier to fall into disputes and disagreement. Using empathy helps us respond to conflict in a way that everyone can benefit from. Today, I hope you were able to gain some insight regarding conflict management strategies in the workplace. It's always best to not avoid the situation for too long, but to give yourself some time to process. And when you do go back and discuss the conflict in person, remember that you should be using empathy and emotional management. And also remembering that everyone is dealing with their own hardships, and it's important to avoid talking about an issue when you're still angry about it. Conflict can definitely be awkward, but if you work on these skills, you can learn how to manage it effectively and professionally. Thank you.